So welcome back to the show. So on today's episode, I have a very special guest. I have my boy Cruz in the house.
Hey man, thanks for having me.
So Cruz is newer to whiskey. He's not well versed on the nosing and the tasting of the whiskey, but he can definitely handle whiskey. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So on today's episode, we're doing a mini blind tasting. So we have 5 whiskeys here. We have Eagle Rare, we have Dickel, we have Buffalo Trace, we have Clyde Mays, and we have Old Forester. So the way we set this up was we have the 5 whiskeys. We picked the 5 whiskeys, but we don't know what's in the glass. So my daughter picked the whiskey and she poured it in the glass. We weren't in the room, so we don't know what's in the glass. We haven't nosed it. We haven't tasted it. So yeah, it's a blind tasting. So, you got anything to say?
No, I'm excited, man.
So, I'm trying to get them back, get them into the whiskey world. So into the tasting and the nosing of the whiskey. So let's start with the nose and see what we get out of this. By the way, let's look at the color. It's not very dark. I didn't think any of these would be dark. Or maybe the Eagle Rare here, since it's a 10-year-old. But it's like a light gold color, not too dark. But yeah, let's get into the nose and see what we get. Wow. So this one, I get a lot of it's like super nutty, like honey and nut. I get like almonds in the glass, and then I get a slight honey smell in there too, and very sweet too. Can you pull any notes out of there?
For sure, it's got my nose feeling a little weird, but no, I can smell that it is sweet.
So yeah, it's very sweet. It smells really nutty, and I get a lot of honey out of this too. So let's go to the palate. Cheers, by the way.
Oh, too late. All right.
So yeah, this one's definitely like the almonds are definitely coming through. To me, it's like an almond note. I'm not sure if that's exactly what it is, but it's definitely tasting a little like not peanut, because peanut I feel like it's a little bit different, but the almonds coming through on this taste here. Let's try it again. So yeah, I get that honey right after that it tastes nutty, and then a little bit of spice towards the back. But just what sticks out the most is the almonds in this. Yeah, it's really good. I really like it. What do you think of the whiskey?
I like it. It's not. It's smooth, but it's not the smoothest thing I've tried for sure.
The finish in it, I think it's about a medium. It's not like super long, but it's about a medium finish in it. And then in the back end, it's a little bit spicy, but not too bad. It's not like, in my opinion, it's not bad. And you said you think it's a little bit harsh, or?
Well, I would say it's not like harsh, but it's a little smoother than your common whiskeys, your cheaper stuff, rather. I do taste that spice, and actually leaves out on my tongue as I was tasting it. I still feel it right now.
Yeah, so I don't think by any means none of these are high or rye whiskey. They're not rye whiskeys at all. So, but yeah, do you think you know which whiskey? I mean, he hasn't tried. I don't think you've tried any of these, right?
Yes, sir.
So at this point, he'd just be guessing anyways.
Yeah.
But
I'm glad you pointed that.
if I had to pick one, and I always get the honey and the almonds out of it, I definitely have to say it would have to be the Dickel here. But since we didn't see what was poured in the glass, we didn't look at the bottle, we didn't look at the paper we have in front of us here, we don't know what it is. So before we look at what it is, from 0 to 100, that's how I usually score my whiskeys. What would you give this whiskey, in your opinion?
Well, it's actually really enjoyable. I would say pretty high up, closer to like maybe 85.
Yeah, I think I'll give it it's about an 86. I'm torn between 85, 86, but that's not much of a difference. But I'm gonna give it an 86. I think and any of these here, you're definitely gonna get. They're all great values. They're not super expensive at all. They're all under $30. Maybe the Eagle Rare is like, depending on where you shop, it might be 30 to 35. So, but for the most part, this one's a little bit around that area too. But yeah, I mean, they're all like great values for what you get out of the whiskey. So I think it's pretty good, whichever one it is. But in my opinion, if I had to pick, I would say the Dickel. And like I said, my daughter picked it, so we don't know what it is.
And my opinion, or my guess, would be wrong anyway.
So you want to grab the paper and see what it is?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
Let's see.
What could it be?
Hey, no, you're right, man.
I was right for once.
Right on the
So
money.
that is the George Dickel Barrel Select. It's a Tennessee whiskey. It's a 43% ABV. It's 86 proof. So yeah, for some reason, like I usually, the almonds and the honey and a little bit of spice, it just always comes out, and I can usually pick out this whiskey. I didn't think in this blind tasting I would actually get the correct one, but it really stuck out to me. I could pick it out right away. What did you think of this whole blind tasting? Your first time trying it, so.
I mean, yeah. I mean, smelling it, tasting it, and really trying to figure out what all flavors are embezzled into this. It was fun, for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to get this guy into trying more whiskeys. He's a Jack Daniels guy, so I'm definitely trying to get him to broaden his nose and his palate a little bit, and hopefully little by little we'll achieve that. And so I hope you guys liked this episode today. It was just something different I wanted to try. Thank you to Cruz for being on my episode today, showing up on the channel. Thank you for the support. He's always supporting the channel. If you like the content that we provide, just hit that like button. Remember to hit the subscribe, and remember to keep it legit. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.